Team Y-Axis and I'm Shreya Reddy.
Hi, this is Yamini.
Radhika Agarwal, and this is our data analytics project.
Our problem statement is to identify what are the factors that affect the happiness among the youth. We also tend to analyze the clusters to understand the general behavior.
The dataset was formed by conducting a survey in both electronic and written form at the Comenius University in Bratislava. The individuals belong to an age group of 15 to 30 years with Slovakian nationals. Our data is mostly categorical except for the demographic values such as age, height, weight, and the location. The variables are normally distributed but contains missing values. The attributes include preferences in music, movies, hobbies, and interests of the individual as well as habits and personality-based questions. The values of numeric attributes ranges from 1 to 5 where 1 is indicative of strong disagreement and 5 is indicative of strong agreement to the posed question.
Feature extraction. For feature extraction, we used Goldman-Cruscal's gamma to study the correlation among our variables. We made a new feature by applying PCA on the important factors that evaluate happiness according to our research. Post this, we proceeded with modeling.
We implement the following clustering algorithms. In k-means, each observation belongs to the cluster with the nearest mean. In k-medians, each observation belongs to the cluster with the nearest median. In k-medoid, each observation belongs to the cluster with the nearest medoid, where medoid of a cluster is an object for which the average dissimilarity to all other objects in the cluster is minimal. These three algorithms belong to the K family. Fuzzy C-means is a clustering technique which allows each observation to belong to more than one cluster, and each observation is assigned a membership grade for each cluster it belongs to. Hierarchical clustering is an approach for clustering the dataset by using pairwise distance matrix between observations as clustering criteria. We observe that we get better accuracy in fuzzy C-means clustering. These are the observations obtained after k-means clustering. In first plot, cluster number 1 represents people who are happy, cluster number 2 and 3 represent people who are sad. We can observe that people who are afraid of darkness are more sad. We also analyze the positive and negative impactors of happiness. We notice from the second plot that negative impactors of happiness add 68.79% point variability.
We have implemented the CART C5.0, an extension of ID3 algorithm and random forest algorithm for decision tree. The CART algorithm uses Gini index as the criteria for splitting the samples into a class, while the C5.0 uses normalized information gain. Random forest algorithm selects observations and features to build several decision trees and outputs the mode of the classes, giving us highest accuracy of 73.23%. Next, we have implemented support vector machines, which is a supervised learning algorithm which plots the data points in an n-dimensional space where n is the number of features and classifies the new data using the optimal hyperplane for the given method. Radial kernel creates nonlinear combinations of the features to uplift the samples onto a higher dimensional feature space, where we can use a linear decision boundary to separate the classes. Radial basis kernel gives better accuracy than linear because the data points are not linearly separable and number of observations are greater than the number of features.
We use a two-layer stacked ensemble to enhance prediction values. A two-layer stacked ensemble has base learners and a final classifier. Our base learners are the clustering models and the various supervised learning models we have described. Our classifier, we have two classifiers, majority voting and weighted average. In majority voting, simply the majority is considered as the better predictor. In weighted average, the models are given weights according to the accuracies. Weighted average has a significant increase in accuracy and F score.
We had few assumptions based on our literature survey, and those have been proved by our analysis. Those conclusions are people who are active are happier, and also they are more likely to quickly adapt to a new environment. Also, from our analysis, we could see that engagement in activities is a very important factor that affects happiness of a person. Fear of public speaking and the willingness to change the past show similar responses for both happy and sad people.